And they just started doing it what like 2 weeks ago, and it's already really good. I've seen that they have 20 subscribers. I've seen the amount of views and stuff they
We're
have.
up to 23 now.
It's like it's like for people to say that teens can't do anything, and I think Bobby posted this on their YouTube channel. It's like you have to be old to live for Christ and stuff. It's like, bro, there's teens out there like our youth ministry Fly, bro. We had we hosted our second teen rally a couple months ago, and like it was live stream and everything, and there were adults on there talking in a live stream and stuff like that. And I remember there's even people that started coming to the church because of the teen rally, and 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 because they just watched it. It was like they just watched it on the live stream and stuff like that. And our youth ministry haven't hasn't done like outreach for the church and for our youth ministry in a minute. But like I remember when we were out there passing out flyers and stuff. Even in the car washes that we did raising money for boot camp and stuff. It was like we would hand out flyers and stuff, and people would come to the church, visit the church and stuff like that. And even in regular outreaches, when like the littler kids want to hang out with the teens because they obviously look up to us. They obviously think we're cool and stuff. But it's when you think about it, it's like, oh, you're such an example to this kid. It's like you don't want to mess up, and then you don't want them to see you mess up. It's like it's a lot of pressure. It's like, and when we hand out those flyers, we're not expecting. Well, we are expecting people to come to church, but it's not like we're not expecting people to just immediately want to come to the church. And sometimes we get an open door, sometimes we don't. So we don't know who that person was. We could have been that one person that left the flyer on the door, and people are now saved and going to church and living for God because of us, and we don't even know that. Like I've seen many visitors, people stay and people leave, and I'm like, I wonder if I did that, or I wonder if one of our teams did that. And I was like, I wonder who that person was. And it was like who had this person, who impacted this person to the point where they want to come here and live for God. So yeah, yeah.
Bobby, is your mic muted?
No, his mic is not.
Yes, bro. That was good. No, that was no, that was good what Marquise was talking about, like being like representations of Jesus Christ, stuff like that.
Hmm.
That is important too. And I'm gonna be honest, like maturity just have like immaturity or maturity and immaturity just has like a whole lot of things to do with it, and also your influence too. Like it's just like such a big part in like all the things that you do too, like, and also like what your relationship is with God, like what's your motives too. Bobby, your mic is unmuted by the way, so I don't know if you want to mute it though, but hold on, let me touch it.
Yeah.
And also there was like First Timothy, and I don't want to get this wrong, but I believe okay, I'm just gonna say like Jeremiah 1:6-8. It talks about how like because you should never be scared of how young you are, like because you remember like the what's it called the kids who were sharing the gospel at the mall and stuff like that, like the kids who were like at the mall
Oh
telling people about
yeah.
Jesus. Like, guys, if little kids can be right with Jesus, like saved and stuff like that, and they can have a relationship with God and tell people about Jesus, then you can too. I mean, of course, I'm not saying once you get saved, start sharing the gospel. If you have enough boldness to do that, go ahead. But take it slow in your relationship with God. Work on that too. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
kids can do it too. And like Jeremiah, let me just pull it up. But I'm gonna pull up the First Timothy 4:2. Bobby, mute your mic.
Bobby, your mic's on.
First Timothy 4. Bobby, your mic. Oh no, that's not
He
the right one.
doesn't. Yeah, Bobby, your mic doesn't either.
Bobby.
There we go.
Okay, so now it's just
Okay.
okay. All right. Well, I can't find the First Timothy, so I'm gonna just do the Jeremiah 1:6 though. But it talks about how like I'm gonna just read it. But it says, "At last, sovereign Lord, I said I do not know how to speak. I am too young." But the Lord said to me, "Do not say I am too young. You must go to everyone I send you and say whatever I command you. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you and will rescue you," declares the Lord. Amen. So yes, little kids can have a relationship with God. They can tell people about Jesus. And even if you don't tell people about Jesus, you can have a relationship with God. I mean, I'm not saying hide God. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like definitely tell people about Jesus once you get to the point where you feel like, you can do that. Cuz you don't ever want to be like you want to acknowledge God, in front of people too. Like, you know. So it's like hey, people can be representations and imitators of Jesus Christ to many people. And that's a good thing that we're talking about this because we last episode we did like a mini topic, I think it is. So I guess this mini topic is about can you or can you not share the gospel or what I mean well it is about sharing the gospel, those Bible verses, but can you or can you not share be in a relationship with God and share the gospel if you're young? So my first impressions of it is obviously yes, you can do it. Bobby, are you back? You back?
Okay.
Okay.
Your mic.
Can you guys not hear me?
All
No, we
right, there
can.
you go.
Bobby, we were doing a mini discussion. Is that cool? Oh, he left.
Uh,
All right. Well, I don't. Well, I'm gonna just talk a little bit, like a little bit about it. Basically, yes, it doesn't matter what age you are, because you want to start now, instead of trying to start later. I'm saying having a relationship with God. You know what I mean? Like having a relationship with God before. I'll say because sharing the gospel means that you have a passion for God. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like
sorry. It did something.
Bobby.
Wait, you know what I just realized?
Yeah,
It just
and
it
it's
just restarted the recording. I don't even know if what you guys were saying recorded.
so
Yeah, but we can't
for me
record
it
for
says
long
that
because my
there's still
mom
an
wants me to
hour.
hurry up. So
Yeah, they were saying there's an hour and 23 minutes.
yeah,
So
it's
if you
live by the
leave,
way.
it might send you the recording.
well,
If it
it's
sends it to me,
it's probably saving.
yeah, if it sends it to me, then I'll just send it to you, and you can edit it and stuff. If it sends it
Wait,
to Ryan, I'm sure he'll send it to you, and stuff like that.
wait, Bobby. You know it's live though, right? You know, like this is live and it's on YouTube.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
then
I
it's
did
on
that. I
YouTube.
did that.
Oh, okay.
So you ended it on YouTube, right?
No, it's
No,
still
I don't
no.
know.
It just
when
restarted a
It's
new
still
live.
going.
Yeah.
yeah, when this
Oh,
ends, then the live ends
Okay. Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah, but I can't do it for much longer because my mom wants me to hurry up. So
okay.
okay.
But we were just talking about the mini topic or like a mini discussion. If and the topic is can you or can you not share the gospel or have a relationship with God when you're young?
If you guys are real listeners, you guys will clearly tell I made a short on this earlier
Mm.
today. Okay, I released it. It was earlier today or yesterday. I think it was earlier today. And on the end, it was First Timothy 4:12, I think, and it was saying don't. It basically is just talking about. I don't know off the top of my head, but it's just talking about don't let anybody despise you of your youth.
Yes,
And
that's the one I was trying to look for.
yeah.
There we
And
go.
then also many scholars believe that the disciples the disciples they were literally teenagers. They believed that they were young. They were like they were between the ages of 17 and 24. They were young. They were young men. All right. And if these young men can serve God, they were the disciples of God. Then why can't we serve God at a young age?
Mm. That's true.
And then also listen, we don't so like we obviously know that there's an age like God's like, oh, you don't understand yet about sin and stuff. We don't know when that age is. But listen, you need if you don't get started, like let's just say, I'm going to use this example. If you don't play football young, what do you think you're going to be in your early 20s and think you're going to get drafted by the NFL? You're not
Oh,
going
you're
to.
already in college. You're already in college, bro.
Yeah.
Unless you do some crazy stuff in college football, bro. You somehow make the team, and then yeah, unless you do some crazy stuff, you're not gonna get drafted to the NFL because you can't wait that long. So you're inexperienced. Like me, I want to play soccer. I just started playing soccer this year, and I'm glad I didn't choose to do it any later because ninth grade I was already pretty good at it, but now I've seen me get better at it. I've seen that, I've seen me advance, and it's like if I were to do that later in like 11th or 12th, then I wouldn't have all this time to develop
Mm,
because in developing it takes time. Some people are fast learners, but they can still have that type of developing process where it's like, oh yeah, I can use playing the drums. You have to use muscle memories. So, playing the drums, you use muscle memory and stuff like that. And so, and developing muscle memory, you can learn the rhythm and everything really fast. But if you don't have that muscle memory down, then you can't really, function while playing the game. Not playing the game, playing the drums. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. No, that's true, and that's why it's good to start off like it's kind of like a push start. Oh, not a push start, but basically, it's better to have a relationship with God now than trying to have it later. Because think about it like this: your relationship with God, if you start now, you keep on building it. Reading the Bible and praying, you keep on building it. It's gonna be way farther than it would. It's gonna be way like stronger than it would be if you were to start later. Because over here, if you start later, like over here, this is you're gonna start until this point. So back here, it's just empty. But if you start now, it builds up, and it's stronger and stuff like that. So it's like, even like what Marquise said, it's better to start now in soccer so that you learn the fundamentals, you learn the skills, you learn how to pace yourself and all that stuff, and you get the experience of soccer instead of maybe in a later grade starting now. You know what I mean? Because like you just want to be stronger in your relationship with God. And about like, because I was saying like sharing the gospel too, that takes a lot of courage. You know what I mean? And depending on who you're talking to too, that can take a lot of courage. So it's like if you don't also work on your relationship with God, and if you don't even have a relationship with God, but you're having a passion for the Lord and sharing the gospel. Well, because you're not even working on your relationship with God, the devil can, and it talks about this too. The devil can just like, you know, not saying like he can reach into your body and just snatch away your passion, but basically like the things around you, you're not supported in your relationship with God. You're not supported in it, because you don't like. It's kind of like telling everybody that Santa Claus loves them, but you're not even spending time with Santa Claus yourself. So do you like know about Santa Claus too, or are you just telling these people that you need to have a relationship with God, like because sharing the gospel, you're trying to bring people closer towards Jesus, but you also want to help yourself be close towards Jesus too. And if you're not close towards Jesus, things of the world, because sharing the gospel can go many ways. It's not always good. It can affect you in a bad way. You know what I mean? If someone punches you because you're sharing the gospel, well, that might, because you don't have a strong enough relationship with God, that might knock you down. That might be a stumbling block. And that's why it's good, because a relationship with God builds your faith, your trust, and your hope in God. So if you don't have that, when you get knocked down, when you have this passion for God, that can be taken away. You know what I mean? So a relationship with God increases the chance of you continuing to have a passion and a zeal and a love for God. You know what I mean? So keep on having a relationship with God. And that's why me and Bobby, or yeah, me and Bobby, like we encourage like the kids at in the group chat because we have this group chat too, and we encourage these people like to keep on having a relationship with God. Like, you know, it's not like we encourage each other too, but we also encourage these kids because we want them to start now and not start later.
Yes, so like we said, start off young, because the next generation that you're gonna see on the platform and the pastors, it's gonna be the younger generation. If we don't start off young, we're gonna have 80-year-old pastors that are like, I wish if I would have got saved young. So I think that's all we got. Thank you guys for listening. You guys are wonderful. You guys are great. See you guys next week. You guys got anything else to say though?
Jesus loves y'all.
Jesus loves y'all. Have a good day. Be safe. Well, have a good night. Be safe.
Yep. Keep smiling and keep on.